Hi, today we are going to learn about writing equations of amplitude and vertical stretch changes. Let's look at a problem. Solve. Write an equation involving tangent function that graphs as follows. The general equation for tangent function is given by y is equal to a times tangent function b times x minus c, where b here is given by, in terms of period is pi by b, c is the phase shift, and tangent functions have no amplitude. Since they have no maximum and minimum, they go infinitely in vertical directions, up and down. So, and period is the length of one complete cycle of the trigonometric function, that's period. So here the graph is passing through origin, we can see. So there is no phase shift, means c is equal to 0. So we can say y is equal to a times tangent bx. Now this tangent function is completing its length in this cycle. That's pi by 2 plus pi by 2. That's pi. So the period will be pi. So we can find b using the period. So period is pi, and period is given by pi by b. So pi by b is equal to pi by 1, we can say. Cross multiplying, we can say b is equal to 1. So the equation becomes y is equal to a tangent x. Now we need to determine a. For determining a, we can take any value, any coordinate on this graph, on the tangent graph. Let me take here. This point will be given by pi by 4, 2, let's say. So putting in the equation, we can get 2 is equal to a tangent pi by 4. 2 is equal to a times 1, or a is equal to 2. So the equation becomes y is equal to 2 tangent x, which is the answer in the B part. Next problem. Solve. Write an equation involving cosine that graphs as follows. You can see the graph here. The general equation for cosine function is given by y is equal to a times cosine b times x minus c plus d, where absolute of a represents the amplitude, b is given by 2 pi over period, c is given as the phase shift, and d is given as the vertical shift. Now here the graph is on y-axis, so there is no phase shift and no vertical shift. So c is 0 and d is 0. So the equation becomes y is equal to a cosine bx. Now the period, the length of one complete cycle of this function will be this, which is 2 pi, from 0 till 2 pi. So 2 pi minus 0 is 2 pi. So b will be 2 pi over 2 pi, which is 1. So y will become a cosine x. Now a, the amplitude. Amplitude is given as half the distance between the minimum and the maximum point. This is the maximum point here, this is the minimum point here. This distance is between the minimum and maximum point. So the half distance will be this, which is 4 units. So the amplitude is 4. So we can say absolute of A is 4 implies A is 4. Since the maximum point is in the upward direction on the x-axis, on the y-axis, so we take A as positive. So equation becomes y is equal to 4 cosine x, which is the answer in the D part. Next problem. Solve. Write an equation involving cosine that graphs as follows. Minimum point on the y-axis, no phase shift, C0, no vertical shift, D0. Y is equal to A cosine bx. Length of period 2 pi. So B is 1. So Y is A cosine x. Now amplitude. This is the total distance. And half the distance means 5 units. So absolute A is 5. Since the minimum point is on the negative side of the y-axis, this will imply A is negative 5. So this implies y is equal to negative 5 cosine x, which is the answer in the D part. I hope you can practice more problems on writing equations of amplitude and vertical stretch changes now. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.